What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen. I'm broadcasting from the Griffith Observatory here in Los Angeles. We're right above Beverly Hills, Hollywood, around that area, as you guys can see around me. With me today, guys, I have the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com. Say hello, bro.
Hey guys, good to be back.
So we wanted to shoot this video, guys, while we're on top of the observatory here. As you guys can see, everybody around us. Downtown Los Angeles is right there. Okay, so what's the next question that we got from one of our...
David W.
And that's at DW8998. What's the question?
He's asking about our general investment strategy now compared to 1 to 2 years ago, and how you believe the market has changed since then.
Okay, so our strategy now versus 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was what, 2016?
That's 2018, and so we're talking about 2017. Let's just say before the big run-up. Right?
Yeah, before 2017.
Let's just say before the big run-up, right? Yeah. Because that's when it really changed, right?
Okay, so you talk about the time and the money that we're spending on right now, what we're researching right now, about the taxes and the attorney?
So we're doing things like researching about tax jurisdictions. We're researching about estates, wills, charities, things about how to more efficiently manage our money, more so than new investment ideas.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's where our focus is, especially.
Well, that's what your focus is.
That's where my focus is. Yeah, that's where my focus is. As far as investments, I think I'm transitioning out of the small caps, let's call them.
Yeah.
And then focusing on the big names now. Right?
Yeah.
The names that we all know about.
Talk about the reason why.
The reason why is because of liquidity, right? Our portfolios have grown just like everyone has in crypto. So it's getting harder and harder to take meaningful positions in some of these smaller cryptos that versus 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Especially anything on like the second page, like after the top 100, I almost don't even bother with them. And my focus is mainly, on the big names, like the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, the Litecoins, especially in the top 50. Dash, Moneros.
Even Dogecoin.
Even Dogecoin our favorite, Dogecoin, right? That's where the focus is on, and that's a contrast to last year, where we were doing a lot more ICOs, a lot more of the speculative small names. I think we drastically cut it back from the ICOs in 2017. Like in 2016, I think we were doing an ICO, 1 or 2 ICOs every month.
Yeah.
But now we're usually not buying any ICOs unless, and a lot of times they're from accredited investors, so it's not something the general public can get involved with anyway.
Yeah.
But even that, I would say, is now mostly I've been, whenever I get a chance to take profits, a lot of times it's just moving it into the small caps, to the large caps from the small caps, where there's more liquidity, and I can I can push a button and trade a meaningful position size. Yeah.
So while did you talk about the taxes and the estate planning?
Yeah, I did. Earlier this year, we were talking to lawyers. Ty, David, and the rest of our team took a trip down to Puerto Rico to explore that possibility. There's a lot of tax benefits to American citizens who are willing to relocate to Puerto Rico. So we did a recon mission.
Yeah.
I was not able to go, but
we still got to work on editing the videos. We've been busy with the cryptocurrency investing bootcamp that we just completed in Dallas. So because of that, we haven't had a chance to upload those videos, but we're working on it.
So just to sum it up, the quick summary: less of the ICOs, almost no more ICOs, fewer small caps, a more focus on the big caps where we can where there's liquidity and we can trade meaningful positions and without too much slippage, and a lot more on taxes, wills, estates, charities, stuff like that. We're talking to lawyers a lot more than we did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the major differences, I would say.
Okay, so here's something that you guys got to be aware of whenever you're starting to manage a bigger portfolio. The most important thing is that being able to get in and get out whenever you want to. And outside of like Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the big names that have a lot of liquidity at the exchanges, if you get into something that's too small, you run into two risks that we did not see before 2017. One risk is just liquidity. When your portfolio gets bigger, it's not like in the stock market where if you needed to buy or sell 100,000 or $500,000 or $1 million worth of Apple stocks, that's not really a big deal. Like you can just click a button and get in or out with no problem. But in the cryptocurrency space, there's only a very limited handful of I wouldn't say a handful, but a limited number of coins that you can just click a button and get in and out. Usually we're at a point now where if we want to get an order filled, we usually have to call up a trade desk like Cumberland Mining, and then process the order through them, and then negotiate the order on the phone. So because of that, it's just not very realistic to be focusing on coins that don't have the liquidity that we need.
Yeah.
So
and you know what? It's too much work.
Yeah.
Like neither of us want to sit there in front of the computer for hours or days or weeks trying to get an order filled. That's just how we just have better things to do.
Yeah, we got into this because to have financial freedom.
Yeah.
We didn't get in this to have a job in front of the computer. So because of that, just so you guys know, that's the reason why we cut back on the ICOs, because of the liquidity issue. And also the second thing that we learned a huge lesson from is the Z Classic and the Bitcoin private fork. That was a project that we invested into, and that's when it was not listed on the exchange. And not just that, but other coins that we got into that were not listed on the exchange, that turned out to be a huge problem, and that completely derailed our analysis of the project. That's something that we did not anticipate and did not see. We still have a lot of, I still think that there's still a lot of potential for it once it gets listed on the exchange, right? But at the moment, liquidity is probably the number one issue for the coins that's already listed on the exchange. And then for the new cryptocurrencies that's coming out, the main thing that we're looking at is what's the chances of it getting listed on an exchange, right? So those are the ones those are like two main criteria that we're looking at right now. And then the ones that are also, instead of looking for new ICOs, we're going back to the cryptocurrency projects that and when I say we, it's really me and David that's looking for it, while Leon is busy researching the tax and the estate planning portions and the charity portions for tax purposes. We are currently sitting here at the Griffith Observatory. You guys look at it one more time here, right?
It's beautiful up here, yeah?
Yeah, it's beautiful up here. And one of the things that we really like is that, somebody, many years ago took some of their money and built this observatory. So now we have hundreds of people, probably thousands of people that come here every day and they can enjoy this. So we were talking about, possibly setting up some type of blockchain museum,
A nonprofit.
A nonprofit.
Yeah.
So that, that would be cool to have something like this to set up in a nonprofit, whatever.
For the community.
Yeah, for the blockchain community, because that would be really cool if we can document the birth and the growth of the blockchain space. And since we were in it very early, we have a lot of history that we can share with the community for future generations, and and we know a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space that can help us with this. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that would really benefit, and there's a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space that would also want to contribute to building a blockchain museum, for future generations, similar to whoever it was that built this Griffith Observatory.
There's a lot of great museums
Yeah.
in Los Angeles and in every city.
Yeah.
There's great museums, and we think about like, well, why can't we start one?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, somebody had to start this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we're some of the things that Leon is researching. So if you have some information on how to set up a nonprofit or a museum or something like that, similar to this observatory that we're standing here at, so we decided to swing by while we were here in LA just to check it out, kind of get some ideas, and success leaves clues. So whatever they're doing here that's working, it's bringing in thousands of people every day. So let's see if we can copy them instead of trying to reinvent the wheel. What's that? Typhoon Money Mindset number 3 is to instead of trying to be a good leader, just be a good follower, because there's more value out of it, because you can save a ton of time, energy, and money, right? So anyways, so those are the things that Leon's been working on, and I've been working on, researching the stuff about the liquidity and the getting things filled, right? The other thing that I've been looking at is there's a lot of cryptocurrencies, smaller ones that we thought were good, but went unnoticed because we were busy managing our portfolio during the run-up in 2017. So what we're doing is I'm going back and looking at the list of cryptos on some of the projects that I thought were good, but for some reason, they were not like A-tier cryptos or ICOs, but they were kind of like B or.
No, we were on the fence.
Yeah, we were on the fence, not sure about it.
We
when
passed for one reason or another. Yeah.
you have choice A and choice B, and then choice A is way better. We'll look at choice B later. Well, now we're going back and looking at the list, and now that they're listed on the exchange and everything, and now it's been proven that they're not going to run off with people's money. Then now we feel like it's a little bit better off to look at it now, especially when some of the new ICOs are not able to get listed. We're better off trying to get stuff that's I'm not sure what they were doing over there, but
There's always something going on over here. Yeah.
Maybe they're clapping for what we just said.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're looking at stuff that we normally consider as a B tier before, and possibly looking at that and maybe getting into that because it's already listed on the exchange. So it's a much better shot than looking at some of the new ICOs that's coming out today and looking at that. Okay, so those are the things that we're working on, and we just wanted to share it with you guys. Pull up that Twitter again by was it David? Was the Twitter follower's name?
The Twitter follower's name was David W.
Yeah, David W was the one who asked this question. So he asked, let me see the glare. Okay, your general investment strategy now. So basically, to summarize it, before we would get into any ICOs that we liked, but now we have to focus on the number one thing that we have to look at is, or number one and number two things that we have to look at is whether or not that new coin can be listed on an exchange. And the chances of new coins getting listed on an exchange are extremely, extremely difficult, simply because a lot of the exchanges don't want to get in trouble for listing a coin that turns out to be considered a securities token by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So because of that, we would just rather mess with the coins that's already listed on. Okay, and so as we find out more and we look into this, we'll get back with you guys and share what we research and what we find out. The videos of us doing the tax research down in Puerto Rico still need to be edited before we put it up, and then once we get that up, you guys can check it out. And then what else?
That's all I have.
Okay.
At the moment. Yeah.
Well, that's all, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys like these types of videos where we do the research and share it back with you guys, give us a thumbs up, right? If you guys don't like it, give us a thumbs down. We're not going to get butthurt about it, right? We just stop making them. All right. And if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to our newsletter at cryptocurrency.market/newsletter. And then we'll see you guys in the next video.